That's another reason why losing weight ain't enough. You think you just gonna lose weight? No, you're gonna be loosey goosey Susie, and you're gonna be flying away like me. Dun 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 dun.
Drop a hot 16, ain't shit sweet. Real bad bitch, they ain't fucking with me. It's a real nigga speaking, stand to your feet.
Hey honey, it's your girl Asia J, and welcome back to Brown Honey TV. If it's your first time here, make sure you give me a little subscribe below. And if it's not your first time here, welcome back home, honey. Typically, you know your girl likes to sit down and do a chit chat while I'm doing something, doing my makeup or whatever, but honestly, your girl's not going anywhere for probably a while. And if you know me, you know that's rare, but we sitting our ass down this August. We actually doing dry August, and I'm gonna start telling you why. It's officially been about a year and a half since I had weight loss surgery. If you guys didn't know, which I feel like if you're here, you already know this about me, I had weight loss surgery in March 2024. I had the duodenal switch. My heaviest weight was 538 pounds. I lost 86 pounds of my own, so when I laid on the table, I was 452. My current weight is 245, and my goal weight is 180 pounds, snatched in tone, okay? I don't wanna be a skinny, I wanna be a thickie. But in order for me to get there, your girl had to come to some hard realizations. Losing weight isn't enough. It's not enough. Don't get me wrong, I never thought that I would lose weight and all my problems would be solved. Trust me, I knew that that would be so disappointing if I thought that way. I've talked about this a little bit on TikTok before, but when you associate goals and happiness together, meaning when I get there, I'll feel this. When this happens, I'll feel that, I'll do that. It's something that I like to call destination happiness. And I promise you, no matter what goals you set, no matter how many times you reach them, the pole and the destination will always get further and further. And ultimately, you wind up disappointed in figuring out that the thing that you thought would make everything better still isn't. So what does it mean when I say losing weight isn't enough? I mean that that's just the beginning. That's just truly the beginning. And depending on what size you are, I feel like this spectrum can definitely range. But me going from significantly larger to an acceptable fat woman, baby, I'm learning a whole new me. And I feel like I say that in every video, but from the last time we talked to the next time, honey, I've learned something new about myself that throws me off, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought I had it at least kind of figured out, but now I don't know a damn thing. I'll start with this. If I didn't want to lose weight because I thought my life would be, you know, magically put together, why did I actually want to lose weight? Why didn't I just want to stay where I was? Well, honestly, the reality is there was nothing safe about being 538 pounds. And it would be quite arrogant for me to think that I could stay that weight and just nothing would ever happen. I was lucky that the only thing that I did face during that time frame was sleep apnea, but it could have got way, way worse. I felt like, how can I say I'm this person? You know, I'm this girl across every other spectrum and avenue of my life, but I'm clearly displaying that I lack discipline. And I know that's kind of hard to hear and talk about. Well, just because you're bigger, that doesn't mean you don't lack discipline. Well, look, I didn't have no medical things influencing my weight gain. It was all me and poor choices that I made. So why would I even trust myself to make good decisions elsewhere when I couldn't even honor the only temple that I do get? So number one was testing my real discipline to really know, can I do this shit? Which is why I chose to lose the 86 pounds on my own, well before my doctor even told me that I had to do anything, which actually he didn't tell me that I had to lose any weight. Me losing weight was a commitment to myself. It was like, am I really ready to change my life? And while I did that, and I'm happy I did it, honey, let me tell you, there's nothing you could do to prepare for this shit. It's nothing. And I thought that I was doing all the right things to prepare. You know, I was talking to my therapist, I was talking to other girls online, I was talking to people in real life, but there's nothing you can do until you're the doer, until you're the liver, until you're fulfilling the shoes day to day. And with that in mind, a year and a half later, old habits die hard. Old habits die hard, and especially when you are getting comfortable. When you're like, I've lost the weight, I don't got nothing else to worry about. Baby, you got vitamins to worry about. You got iron to worry about. You got protein to worry about. Above all, you have you and your mental health going through all these changes to worry about. If you're a person that used to go to food for comfort and you used to binge eat, you gotta figure out how to live life again now, because you can't go binge eat again. You're gonna make yourself sick. And I've told you all transparently, I've thrown up a couple times, you know, and it wasn't something that I was intentionally doing where, you know, I wanted to hurt myself. And I don't think that I was intentionally doing it back then when I did used to binge eat, but you get a little caught up and the food just tastes so good, and Sometimes you miss your old stomach and you forget that you don't have her anymore. You have a whole new tool and system in place that prevents you from doing the things that got you here in the first place. So you have to find new ways to figure it out. And sometimes you can wind up overindulging in other vices. And that's where things like transfer addiction comes in. And I'm gonna be transparent and say it's something that's been on my mind lately. It's been on my mind so much so that I've decided to give up all my vices for the month of August. And I mean every single one of them. First things first was that liquor. Had to give that liquor up because while I didn't feel like I was drinking excessively, I felt like I was drinking frequently, meaning I would come home and have a cocktail. Like, and y'all know me, baby, I'm a cocktail maker. I might as well be a bartender, okay? Call me T Bizzle for shizzle. But I was coming home and I was having a cocktail and then maybe 2 cocktails and maybe guests were over. So we're having a couple of drinks and we're going to happy hour and the drink's are only $7. So let's push it and let's drink. And what was I doing? And why was I doing that knowing that it impacts me very different now? So I could have just used this month to give up drinking alcohol and that would have been perfectly fine, but there are other vices. And when you give up one, sometimes you wind up overindulging in the other. So oud. I told y'all that was my biggest op when it came to my weight gain. And I found myself kind of relying on it as a crutch where I felt like I was smoking to eat. So in this case and in this journey where my pouch is only but so big, oud quickly became something that needed to get out of the picture. And honestly speaking, I had not been, smoking too much anyways because of the simple fact that it does impact me very, very differently. And I found myself becoming more of a social smoker. But even that, I'm taking a step back from. So I don't feel like that's going to be a big challenge for me during this time. But I am going to miss my hookah. I'm going to miss my hookah. I'm going to miss my hookah. And I felt like I was kind of enjoying that a little too much. I'm like, wait, it is teen in this, ain't it? It's some nicotine in this. Wait a minute, you're going to get addicted. And I didn't want that to happen either. And last but not least, my current favorite vice, baby. And I need to make a whole separate video on this, so y'all let me know if you want to talk about it. I gotta figure out how to keep it PG-13. But baby, that hokey pokey after losing nearly 300 pounds, it's different. It's different. So I was like, look, I can't give up hookah, smoking, drinking. And then I'm just gonna be doing a hokey pokey, putting my foot in it and taking it out all month. No, I can't do this. And I'm single. A lot of y'all in my TikTok comments will be like, I could not give it up, I could not give it up. And I'm like, girl, are you in a relationship? Who are you, in such a need to give that nook and cranny to if you don't got no man? Okay, now my girls that got a man, I understand. You got a duty to perform. And you should be on the front lines of the battlefield at war, okay? Handling your business, okay? Don't listen to a single bitch like me and be withholding. Withholding for what? Withholding for what? I feel like that's another thing that quickly comes to the forefront in all of this is your love life after losing a significant amount of weight is so different. But in the same time, I thought I was player. And I definitely am player. Don't get me wrong. I'm a real P bitch. But listen, when they coming at you left and right, it's like, oh my God, there's so many hoes. I don't know how to keep up with them. I'm meeting them online. I'm meeting them in person. They're sliding in my social media DMs. What is happening? I feel like I'm under attack. Okay, friends are saying, hey, yeah, what's up with Asia? Me? Oh, bitch, I feel like I'm too hot to handle. Okay, me, burn, put me out. And the attention's nice. I'm not gonna lie, the attention's nice, but I found myself like, Asia, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've never been the kind of woman that you just wanted attention that bad. And I'm not gonna say I fell into that, hold on, be crystal clear. But I just felt like I was just kind of doing whatever, like not being really disciplined with my time and who I was giving it to. I feel like I was passing out golden tickets. Yeah, you want to talk to me? What's going on? What you talking about? Okay, you want to offer me this? You want to do this? Okay, yeah, we can go on a trip. We can do this. You can give me this. You can do that. And it's like, while those experiences have definitely been very, very fun, I can definitely admit that the quality of people that I've been dealing with sounded good on paper, but in execution, baby, free me from the shackles. Free me from the shackles of my first narcissist at 29, baby. I don't know nothing about dealing with and dating no narcissist. I'm 29 years old and I've been fucking with an narc. I know better, but the experiences and the fun times that this man was offering me was just too good that I had to enjoy them because I had to see what that was like. And now that I've had a taste of it, I need to take a step back and focus on having something real. And that's another reason why these 31 days of abstaining from the hokey pokey is so good for me, because they said the libido's up. And she's at attention, honey. My bean is dun 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 dun. I saw one of my old men the other week before I gave this all up, honey. He said, when you start doing, don't ask me no questions. It's been a great time. It's been a great time. A lot of my friends be like, Asia, you're not even really ready for nothing serious. You're not really ready for nothing serious. And they're right. They're right. I'm not really ready, because I shouldn't have let my ex lock me down last summer any damn ways. Well, toward the end of the summer. Now I'm even finer. Okay, now I'm even finer than I was then. And I'm not saying that I don't want to be locked down, but I'm saying that I am in the reality that I don't even really know who I am these days. So to still be getting to know myself alongside someone else, the influence that could have on me probably isn't the best idea right now. I feel like, if anything, I need to really sort all of my thoughts out and all of these new feelings, which is why I am getting back on my antidepressant. Well, I actually officially am back on my antidepressant. Cheers to the antidepressant, y'all. The Wellbutrin girlies come to the front. And I'm going to couple that with getting back in therapy. I can admit that I haven't been in a space where I wanted to do the work. I haven't. I've been enjoying myself. I've been having a good time. And, once you start taking that cat out of the bag and you start figuring all these things out about yourself, you're left with dealing with them. You don't just talk to your therapist for that session, that hour, and then it's like, oh, okay, it's done. It's like, no, that lingers in your spirit. And, it can sometimes create an additional heaviness. And I just feel like I have been going through so many different things at once that it was like, baby, I can't unpack a whole bunch of shit right now. I ain't ready. So I know you're probably wondering, because I would be wondering too, well, girl, what makes you ready now? I've been thinking about that too, because are you really ever ready? Are you truly ever really ready to fully heal? And are you ever really fully healed? Shit, I don't know, but I can say that since the 3 years of my mom passing, the anniversary is next week, August 6th. I have been thinking about reclaiming my life again. The new life that I've built for myself, with me reclaiming my time, taking back my life. And I feel like, along the way, navigating this journey on my own, sometimes I've lost the plot. Sometimes I've lost sight of what is this all for. And it was to live a life that, my mom gifted me to live, because she instilled so much into me. And it's also to live a life that's going to be fruitful and abundant and continue on with all of the time that God does allow me to have. And I just did not want to get to a space where I lost myself for real. And I'm mature enough to recognize that I'm not above it. You know what I mean? I'm not above transfer addiction. I'm not above getting caught up with a man. I'm not above none of that shit. So I said, you know what? Before this looks like a territory that I don't know, let me take a step back and let me slow on down. It's like, long story short, your girl got too comfortable. I really, really did. I got too comfortable. I had not been to the gym in 10 months. But as of August 2nd, I went to the gym for the first time, and I feel like I'm on fire. I feel so many endorphins released from me. I feel so much pride in doing something that I have been avoiding for months. Like, girl, I don't know why I didn't go to the gym for months. Granted, I have been in my house since December. I could have still got the same gym membership that your girl got now and be doing the shit that I'm doing right now. But again, when you're not ready, you can't force yourself to be ready. But now, baby, I feel like I am on fire. And truth is, your girl gotta get ready for plastic surgery. I do. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. I ain't gonna sit here and cap. That's another reason why losing weight ain't enough. You think you just gonna lose the weight? No, you're gonna be loosey-goosey Susie, and you're gonna be flying away like me. Dun 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 dun. Baby, let me tell you something. I've never had any insecurities before. Genuinely speaking. I know you're like, girl, what? We all have insecurities. No. No. None. Never felt insecure about anything. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm perfect. But I think just the way I was raised with so much love, with my family pouring into me, like, to this day, I'm still my family's Beyonce. Okay, so I never was bullied by my family. They never made even not one fat joke my whole life. In my 29 years, not a single person in my family has ever made a fat joke on me. Baby, my self-esteem is high. It's through the roof. And I had the kind of mama, she didn't just say like, oh, they're jealous of you. She said, you're better than them. I've talked about this before where shit, I had the opposite of body dysmorphia. You know what I mean? I thought I was smaller than what I actually was. And now that I am smaller, it's like, shit, this is how I feel like I've always looked. But I got some insecurities now. And I don't like it. I really don't like it because I'm human and I should feel the way I feel. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it makes me feel a little ungrateful sometimes. Because it's like, this is the life I dreamed of. This is what I wished for, what I prayed for. You know what I worked so hard for. And I knew what came with the territory. Don't get me wrong. I knew what came to the territory. I was 538 pounds. Loose skin was going to be inevitable. But it's certain instances where you're just like, I know it was worth it, but you have to remind yourself that it's worth it. I talked to y'all a couple videos about my skin. I feel like we all can see my skin has gotten significantly better. I thank God for that. I've reduced my sugar intake. I know that was playing a role, which is why these 31 days no alcohol probably gonna have me glowing like a baby's bottom after all of this is said and done. But the loose skin, when you gonna do the hokey pokey with somebody that don't know you, that's different. Very, very different. I feel like a way that I'm kind of making full peace with my loose skin is to talk about it more and to be transparent about the fact that, yes, it is something that I'm not too fond of. Yes, it is something that I know will probably be my first target on my list when it comes to getting plastic surgery. And on that topic, not only do I want to get my arms done, which fly away, okay, big mama, your arm. But I want to get my arms done, of course. I want to get my boobs done because, baby, these things are absolutely deflated. I'm gonna need a tummy tuck tighten slip away. Like, I feel like I'm like, am I getting plastic surgery or like reconstructive surgery at this point? I don't really know. I need to see doctors that have done surgery on girls that have had, you know, significant weight loss like myself. So if you have any doctor recommendations, please let me know. And I feel like a thigh lift is definitely gonna probably be in my future because that's where my loose meat is. My main meat is in my thighs, my arms, and in my tummy wummy. So it all gotta go. Overall, I feel like I'm genuinely in a transitional space, kind of all over again. You know, when my mom died 3 years ago, that first year was the roughest year of my life. I gained about 150 pounds and it took some time for me to take my head out of grief and get my head back in the game. And doing that gave me so much more. And I'm in a space where I don't want to lose it. I don't want it to all be in vain. And no, she didn't get on the cross and die for me to lose weight. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I associate everything that she instilled in me and what she did not get to continue on to do, to be, and to see with my motivation to continue on, with the encouragement to do what I know I was meant to do here on this earth. And sometimes we fall backwards, but it's all about us getting up. Honey, I hope you enjoyed this video and this quick life chit chat update. I have so much more to talk about with you guys, so we'll chat soon. But for now, make sure your girls subscribe below. Check out some of my old videos. Leave me a question, a comment for the next video, and I'll catch up with you next time, honey. Bye.
Look me in my eyes when you speak to me. Real boss bitch, got my own shit. Love a nigga dick, but that's about it. Brown skin honey, reppin' murder myth. Fam on my back, I ain't losing for shit. First, not the last, to be this lit. Fuck the moolah, if it can't be split. Next up, get used to it. When you hear brown honey, you know it's me, bitch.